Hello. Today I will talk about more of my experiences, and this time about anorexia that I had when I was between 14 and 16. Um, but I would say that has affected my whole life. And even though I have recovered from it, I think I will always, struggle with that kind of thoughts. I I know how much every food, uh, how much calories there is in the food. I know that, just inside my head. I know what's healthy. I know what's not. Um, and there's always a voice inside me who says, "Are you really sure you should eat this? Or are you really going to do this?" So it came up when of course, it was regarding to everything else. I was miserable. I didn't feel good, in my environment with my family, and so I felt that I didn't have any kind of control whatsoever. So I think it started as some kind of control thing. What I was going to put inside my mouth or in my body, that's the only thing I could actually control. So with that, and also with me being curvy and everything, I have always been that, and I hated it. I grew up, in the 80s where everyone was supposed to be super thin. And I know a lot of women who grew up in the same time, and we all ended up with some kind of eating disorder or a weird concept of how you should look as a woman. I have worked so hard on this to accept myself, to like myself, to accept that I have curves, that I have ass, that I have, tits. But it was hard. It was fucking hard. So anyway, it came around the age when I was about 14, where my body was growing, evolving. I became a woman, and I hated it. So I started to eat less and less. I skipped a breakfast, and when I came to the school, we in Sweden we have school lunches like free, and the school gives that away. So we have like a diner room where you eat. So I just said to my classmates that no, I'm not hungry. I ate very much this breakfast, so I will go to the bathing house that was just next door. So during my lunch breaks, I was going to swim instead. And then when I came home, then I hadn't eaten anything in the whole day. I came home and I said to my parents that no, I have eaten too much. I'm so full. I just take an apple and that's it. So I lived on an apple per day for a very long time. And I also of course I did my swimming, and then I went out for a long, either I was taking a very fast walk or I was running for about an hour on one apple per day. So of course I lost weight, and you become this great person of hiding that too. You put big shirts on or big, clothes so they can't see how much have you actually lost. And I'm surprised that no one saw that. I mean, it took 2 years until my family noticed, and that was actually, I was feeling so, horrible. I didn't want to live anymore. So I remember this time I thought it was best to end my life. So I took this knife. I was standing in the kitchen and took the knife, and I was going to cut myself. And just when I was about to do that, my dad came in. Yeah, dad. Um, and maybe that was one of the best times with him, actually, because he saw it, he understood what I was about to do, and he he grabbed me and he grabbed the knife and he made me, uh, lose the knife. He took it by violence almost. And I just remember that you know, I couldn't stand anymore, so I was going down on the floor, and I just cried and I cried and I cried and I cried. And it was, well, maybe that was what saved me, because my parents, they realized that something was wrong, obviously. So I had to see a shrink. But the thing was, though, I mean, the main reason why I felt bad about myself and everything was that, you know, my home environment, my parents, the religious cult thing, everything about that. But my parents said that you're not allowed to talk about what you believe in. You're not allowed to talk about, the the religious thing. So just talk about why you feel so sad and why you don't eat, and talk about that. But they didn't realize that that was a whole point. That was the reason why I felt bad in the first place. So I was sitting there with a shrink and like, not really sure what am I going to say here, because I'm not allowed to talk about what I am actually feeling. So she was like, yeah, things are happening in your body when you're this age, and so I never really got to talk about the real issue, the real reason why I was the way I was. But anyway, after that, my parents kept a close eye on me. I was never allowed to skip food again. And I had to eat. So that was tough. And I hated it. And maybe I was recovering from it. But it's in here. That sickness is in here, in the brain. It doesn't matter if you look in the mirror and you see that. Maybe you see somewhere that you are thin, but in your head you're so fat. You are like an elephant, and nothing can convince you otherwise about that. So even though I was on paper healthy again, I was eating. I didn't have that low body weight or body fat anymore. I was not healthy in here. And it took a long, long time for me to feel actually, good within my body and within this head of mine. I still struggle with it sometimes. I can have a bad day when I see myself in the mirror, like, ugh, ugh. But that is also the reason, actually, why I started my Instagram page from the first place, because I was so afraid of posting pictures of myself. I was convinced that people would hate me, that people would say all nasty things about me, just be mean to me. So I did that as some kind of I challenged myself. I was scared to death about what people would say when they saw my pictures. And actually, it was the other way around. So thank you, guys. I don't know how many thousands of compliments I got throughout the years now when I have had this Instagram page for a while. And you helped me. You helped me see that it's not so bad. Maybe it's quite good, actually. You helped me become much more secure in myself. And today, I feel that if I have I have something I can talk about. I can share this with other people. Hopefully, if there is a woman watching this, or if there is someone who has these kind of, daughters or some relatives that does this, who has these eating disorders in the family, just if I can do something, just let me know. I've been there. I've done it. I came out on the other side, and I'm quite okay today. Um, but yeah, it's what meets you on the outside. Maybe people who don't know me so well, they see, I don't know, pretty face, or a woman who is confident in herself and so. But you have no idea how much I fought for that, how much pain it caused, and how much tears I had to cry before I was in a mental place where I was actually feeling okay with myself. Maybe a sad subject, but very important. So stay tuned. And if you want to hear more about my journey in life, so please subscribe and follow me, and I will be here for more.